couch. Perfect place for
Apple
a fucking
Music.
Apple.
Going live. Live from the live from the studio.
Everybody gets mad when I fucking eat on the podcast. But I'm fucking eating an apple right now. Podcast brought to you by Apple. Fucking globalist, dude.
Fucking, we've just been cruising, just pre-gaming 2.5 hours into the AJ appearance on Joe Rogan this past week.
It's fucking wild, dude. It's a 4 hours and 40 fucking minutes, dude.
Jesus Christ.
I'm done eating this apple, by the way. I'm sorry. This has gotta be the worst. We're not listening.
went into your couch. That's
Oh,
so
shit.
gross.
Did it really?
Yeah, it's like fucking, it rolled somewhere into your
Oh,
couch.
here. Right in the corner, dude.
Perfect.
All right, putting it on this even dirtier coffee table.
Now you talked about sponsorships. We might as well get right into it, Jimmy.
Might as well. This is not the one that I want Z-Burger to listen to.
Yeah.
Z-Burger, if you're listening
Already
there.
giving it away. So we had last week, like at the end of the podcast, I think we talked about it a little bit.
I don't think we did.
Or it happened after. Oh, yeah.
It
'cause
happened
It happened after the podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we're chilling at the studio after the podcast. Just for context, we're at the apartment right now.
Mm-hmm.
When I say we're chilling at the studio, if I was there, I'd say, oh, we're chilling
We were chilling
here.
here. We were chilling here.
But so we're chilling at the studio after the podcast. And then it was like 2 in the morning, or like, it was like late. It was like 1 or 2. And like we get tagged on fucking Z-Burger's Instagram. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? And so we like give it a little bit. We're scoping it out. We're looking. I don't even know if we're following them, but like
They were following us.
They're following us, and then they tagged in this like promo. It was like an ad they're posting. Be like, come out and get a fucking burger. We're open till 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And they tagged us along with like a bunch of other like weird like Towson like social pages and like Towson University and like a bunch of other like bigger Towson Instagram accounts.
Yeah.
So we're like, ooh, what's going on here? Trying to get our clout.
Bigger, but they might have. I don't know what their followers are looking like, dude. I feel like if they probably just looked for like top Towson profiles and saw that we had like 10,000 followers and were like, yeah, these guys are legit.
I think so. So what we did was we followed him back. We DM'd him. We're like, yo.
Slid into the DMs.
Hit him with the yo.
What was it, 5 O's? I think we went 5 O's.
We went 5 because we wanted like a prime number.
Yeah, because if you go with even number yo's, I think it's pronounced you. You.
So we fucking hit him with the yo. And we're like, yo, what's up with that sponsorship, though?
Mm.
And they very quickly, their social media game in the early hours of the morning is pretty good.
Well, we also hit him with several emojis, too.
We did. We
gave him
we said, what about like a sponsorship for the cast? And then I hit him with like some fucking burger emojis, fries emojis, shakes emojis.
Just food-related emojis.
Food-related emojis, because we're like,
we got to seem professional.
Yeah, we got to seem professional. They hit us back pretty quickly. We're all ears, and then like a listening emoji.
Ooh. See, I didn't even know that.
I think they did that. Maybe
They hit
I'm
us with a
making
bunch
that
of
up.
emojis, I believe, as well.
Let
means
let
that
me pull
whoever-
this up. Let me just get the facts straight.
Either way, whoever is running their account is definitely like a cool dude. First of all, if you're responding to
Or a
Instagram,
cool chick.
okay, sure, cool chick, fine.
Oh fuck! I just looked at it, so it's seen.
Oh
We
shit!
gotta work
I
this
forgot,
out right
I forgot.
now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we
So
got.
I didn't. Okay, so this is also part of the story. We didn't open it because we didn't want to leave them on read. I forgot about that. Just opened up the app to read what they said. Opened it, so now it's on read.
Why do you say on read, dude? It's obviously on read.
On read,
Like I read it,
I guess.
not on read. If it was on read, that would mean yo, you should read this. That's what we had them on. We had them
Okay.
on read. Now they're on read.
Okay. So they said, I'm all ears. Burger emoji, hot dog emoji, soda emoji, fries emoji, and I think that's a potato emoji.
Dude, they fucking matched us on the emojis. which means
I
that
sent
it's
them 4. They sent 5. They're a little.
Oh, they fucking
upped
one-upped
the
us?
emoji game.
Whoa. All right, well, whatever we do, we got to send 6
Because we
on
went
the
the
next one.
U route with the emojis.
we got to easily send them 6 emojis, but that's the only part of the message I've worked out so far.
Okay, so this is what we need to figure out. We talked a little bit after the podcast, like, what do we want to do with this?
Yes.
And I think in the meantime, getting some sort of food deal with Z-Burger sounds pretty dope, with maybe future talks of running some shit live event-wise. But also, we haven't texted them any of this yet.
We're figuring out live on the air.
Live from the apartment, live figuring out this sponsorship
How
deal.
to work out a sponsorship.
You're going to figure this out with us because I just fucked up and opened the text. So obviously 6 emojis.
Yes. Okay. So 6 emojis. I think we've waited too long to respond with another joking, like, playful tone message. I feel like if we would have sent them back a message within the next day, we could have, like, kept up that vibe.
Yeah, because it wouldn't have been so thought out.
Yes, exactly.
Like,
there's no
but
way.
now it's like a week later.
Yeah, if we respond, we got to respond with, like, a proposal at this point.
I don't think
not
we need
like,
but we just need to be a little bit more formal.
Yeah.
Instead of just So
should we still have the emoji? I was about to say,
you got to be somewhat playful with it.
Yeah, because you don't want to totally bring down the vibe, you know.
Yeah, because they upped the emoji game. They're not looking to casually de-escalate anytime soon.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking at least. Especially if they were actually keeping tabs with this and, like, we're trying to figure out, like, ooh, what do we want to do? They would have noticed that we haven't read it yet, but now we read it.
Yeah. They probably fucking forgot.
They probably forgot, which may be to our benefit. So
which is good.
I think we should show a little enthusiasm and do the 6 emojis.
Yes. But after something, but, like, you know, do we open up out of the gate with free food?
I think so.
That would be the easiest for them to do. That would be asking the littlest. Like,
yeah.
Yo, we'll fucking talk. We're gonna.
And this
first of all,
let's just get the record straight. So we're talking about Z-Burger Towson, located. Trying to pull it up on it.
When we fucking pitch, if we had viewers, this would be a fantastic
Allegheny
spot.
Avenue, Towson, Maryland, 21204. Z-Burger Towson, home
of the Z-Burger. I don't know what that is, dude. I don't know what a zebra. What does it stand for?
I feel like that guarantees us a free burger now.
Just like plugging it.
I think we'll be like, yo, like, we're gonna shout out your spot on the podcast.
We're gonna plug you every 15 minutes, every week,
and that'll accumulate in free food. Or, like, maybe we can be like, hey, we record every Thursday. It'd be great if we got, like, a little care package that we could pick up before the podcast every week.
True. Yeah, dude, they fucking give away food like it's fucking nothing, dude. People send shit back. Food is a lost expense in the restaurant industry. It's not asking a lot to fucking, like, yo, we'll fucking talk about your show. We'll drop you a word. Fucking hit me with a burger and fries, dude.
Yeah.
That is a deal that would be made with emojis.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not even a business agreement at that point. That's like a fucking friendly handshake at that point. It's like, yo, I see you, you see me. I'm also hungry.
You got food.
You got food. We got this show. Everybody wins.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, be like, so we already used up yo, but now since it has been a week, we need something to, like, get their attention again. We need to be like,
well, we can't apologize because that seems weak.
No, that
seems
weak
weak.
as shit.
Sounds very weak.
No
Hey,
way
sorry,
would we do that. Fuck that.
I was busy.
No, we'll
for
be
a
like,
week.
Hey, we were talking.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. We were talking. It says, like, yeah, we didn't respond for a reason.
Yeah, we were talking. Think it'd be cool to partner with you guys. Get that established early. Just in case we need to do that in the future for events.
True.
Like, hey, it'd be cool to. Hey, we've been talking. We've been thinking.
We've been thinking.
It'd be cool to do a partnership with you guys. We can shout out your spot on our podcast every week, and maybe do whatever Instagram shit, and we can pick up like a care package. We record every Thursday,
Or we drop it as like, yeah, I like that. I like that. I do like, at first when you said partnership, I was like, I don't know about using that word because that's almost too formal at this stage. But at the same time, the way you explain it, like, you know, to have that established for future things. So it lets on that, like, we don't just plan on fucking asking you for free food. That is how we're going to
Great.
get our foot in the door.
yeah.
But, you know, we can take steps from here after you agree to give us
free food.
free food. And that's a fair deal. I think that's a deal, dude. If I was the owner of Z-Burger,
deal.
I'd go for it. They're always grinding, dude. They always got somebody standing outside handing out flyers and shit. They're always right there, dude. I never go to any of the Towson burger spots. Like, I go
It's
to Burger
just
Bros.
like inconvenient to go to.
Yeah, it's like
The only thing like good enough to go through all the hassle of like parking on Allegheny is the fucking bagel place, Towson Hot Bagel.
yeah. I go to fucking Kathmandu Kitchen.
Oh,
I
yeah,
fucking park
yeah.
my car behind Towson Best in their parking lot. But I patronize their business too.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, if I never went there, I wouldn't feel like shit about it. But like, dude, every other day I'm eating here for lunch too. So, you know,
Yeah.
if I want to go get the buffet, let me get it. But that's the thing about Towson is like, it's like the restaurants are like, it would seem like a good location, but like going to some place in Towson unless you walk is fucking annoying, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking annoying. Like, the parking sucks. It's expensive. And it's like Towson is like a cool place uptown, but just cool enough that if you have to drive there, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
If you're fucking walking, though, Towson's great, dude.
That's a good wrap up of Towson. It's cool enough if you're walking, but if you're driving, it's not worth it.
That's what I tell everyone when I'm there. Where do you live? Imagine a place that you would love to go to as long as you didn't have to drive. All right. There's a lot of places I wouldn't even walk to. I wouldn't walk to Parkville. There's nothing about Parkville that I'd be like, oh, you know what? Let me take.
And it's close.
I wouldn't fucking fly a helicopter to Parkville. I don't care. If I had one of those Donkey Kong teleportation pads, I wouldn't fucking teleport to Parkville. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Even if I can get there in nanoseconds.
Yeah. There's a painting on your wall, Super Mario 64 style, where you could jump into Parkville. I wouldn't do it.
Select the level, like, get your tire changed.
Yeah, all the stars pop up.
Jumping across the new levels. I already did this one. Oh, go to Palmisano's. Did it.
Yeah, the fucking Chinese buffet. No, I'm gonna skip that one.
See a white woman crossing the street in the middle of fucking Harvard Road. Done it. Done it. Done it. There's nothing left for me at Parkville, dude. I fucking was trying to go to, where the fuck was I trying to go to? What was I even doing? Oh, I was trying to get fucking kerosene for the studio yesterday. So I fucking, no, 2 days ago.
Yeah, so you went to the one
On-
that had the recall.
Yeah.
They gotta have good kerosene now.
Between the days of January 21st and February 8th, Liberty Road. No, I go to the one on at Harford and at Joppa and something. And it's like kerosene's hard to fucking find. But I always, when I'm not paying attention, I always miss the exit.
Oh shit.
Always. So, and then after I missed the exit, I was like pissed. But then I realized Dude, also, I forgot the kerosene can. I never went to this. I just like left my apartment
here.
and just started driving to fucking Parkville. I didn't get any of the stuff I needed. And after I missed the exit, I was like, fuck. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe I can buy a kerosene can. But then I like tried to fucking just navigate through other roads around there.
Yeah, trying to get to it.
And I just went the wrong direction on every one of them.
Damn.
I went to like Overly, then I was in like fucking Rosedale. I was like, oh my God, dude. This is a lost cause. I just fucking went home and just left. I'm done. This was a waste of a day. I fucking put like 50 miles on my car. I mean, at a certain point, I was just like exploring, you know? I was like, oh, I wonder where this road goes. I saw Kenwood Avenue intersect with Harford Road, and I was like, is that the same Kenwood Avenue that goes down to fucking Boston Street in the water by Canton?
So you went down it?
I just started driving down. I didn't drive all the way to Canton. I drove long enough to get an idea.
Shit.
Yeah, dude. But I like doing that stuff because, like, every now and then, like, getting lost is because I used to do that when I was a kid. I would just bike around and like just map out the neighborhood. I always thought it was fascinating, like knowing like, oh, where does Towson start and where does Parkville start, and then where are the borders and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that stuff fascinates me, dude. So like, whenever I fuck up, I'm just like, all right, I'll turn this into a learning experience, dude. It was cool though. It was cool. I did finally wind up getting kerosene. So
there you go.
The next day, I gave up that day.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that why we're recording here, not the studio? But no, you got kerosene.
Nah, dude, I fucking. So, this week, like this whole fucking week, I've been navigating the healthcare system because I didn't have health insurance for 2018.
So you're getting hit with the tax shit.
Well, my mom applied me at the beginning of the year because you got to apply at the beginning of the year, which is kind of in itself crazy that like you have to apply for an exemption from the fine because you get, anyone don't know, you get fined if you don't have health insurance. You have to have some kind of healthcare provider, or you pay like a $700 something fine for not having.
I think they got rid of that for this
that
year.
doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
that was
but for
2018
tax,
it's still in play. And my mom applied me for it at the beginning of last year, which is dope because that's something only a mom would know to do.
Yeah.
Would never fucking think to do that.
Yeah.
And she just projected my income as low enough that, because if you can show that you have low enough income, then you don't have to pay the fine.
Yeah.
You know, so only people that they judge based off a certain metric would be able to afford it. They pay the fine. But if you project a lower income than that, then they're like, all right, whatever. You got enough problems. So, but the fucking place lost it.
Oh, shit.
So, my mom has, like, the receipt of mailing it in. They're supposed to mail you a letter back. And so, I'm thinking, like, well, fuck. Like, I have no record of me getting this exemption. I don't have, like, a reference number or a application ID or anything like this because it's all mail-in.
Yeah.
It's a fucking mail-in process, which that in and of itself is like, dude, really? It's 2019. Like, even that fucking, the hotel that I'm trying to get us for Vegas, that Heritage for the Blind, because I donated to Heritage for the Blind, and they give you these, like, you know, whatever gratitude packages. So I got a voucher for a 2-night hotel stay, and then another voucher for $200 at restaurant.com. But you gotta write shit down and mail it in. It's like those fucking old Nickelodeon shows where like, mail your sweepstakes into P.O. Box, blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, am I really doing this? Am I doing this? Like, you don't have a fucking online thing where I can just be like, name, email, dates requested. It would take like fucking 1 second, dude.
Yeah.
Either way, the government, the fucking healthcare agency is run the same fucking way. So they have no record of it. I guess it didn't. And then I'm trying to call them, and I'm calling up the fucking. At first, I called the London, Kentucky. It's a federal branch where you mail in for the exemption. And I call them up, and I'm like, hey, this is my situation. And, like, dude, I swear to God, and this isn't even me exaggerating, the first couple people I talked to, I literally, like, had to kind of explain. They didn't even know what I was talking about.
Yeah.
They didn't even know what I was fucking talking about. I've had to call them, like, all week. We couldn't get it figured out.
Damn.
So I'm literally explaining, like, yeah, so I have no. They're like, you need to call Maryland Health Connection. And so I'm like, all right, because that's like our health market provider for the
Mhm.
state, because it's all state run. So I call them up, and they're like, yeah, we don't have an account. You need to call the Kentucky branch that you just called from. And I'm like, okay, fuck. So then I realized, wait, no. Why would I call Maryland Health Connection? The whole reason I'm on this call in the first place is because I don't have insurance with them.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the federal place who I need to talk to. So, dude, over the course of like 4 days, I call them every day. Can't get fucking through to them. They can't find anything for me. I'm giving my information, social. They're like, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do. Finally, I get on the phone with this dude 2 days ago, and we're talking. And it's at first he started off strong. He started off strong. I was like, okay, we're gonna be getting somewhere, because he knew what I was talking about. I was like,
Yeah,
fuck yeah, this guy knows. All right, we're going somewhere. Then about halfway through the conversation, I was losing hope. He just couldn't find anything. He was taking down all my different addresses, all my different phone numbers.
Damn.
Finally, we're sitting on there, and he's even at this point, he's like, maybe you should call Maryland Health Connection. I'm like, no, dude, I'm telling you, they don't have it. It's got to be you guys. Last year, I got a letter from you guys, and it was from you. It was from your office that said, this is your exemption. So I know it comes from you guys.
Yeah.
Finally, he's like, oh, well, let me check this tab over here. I didn't think to do it earlier, but, I guess we'll give it a whirl. He fucking clicks on it. He says, oh, well, wow. And he's like pausing for like 10 seconds. I'm like, dude, you gonna fucking, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Tell
dude.
me. And he's
Obviously, this is good.
like, yeah. It's like, dude, like, I don't see what you're seeing. I'm not next to you. Like, so he fucking pulled, he's like, oh, yeah, I have your exemption right here. And I was like, oh, shit, dope. So I get my reference number. I'm like, yo, by the way, what did you click on that nobody else clicked on? And he was like, oh, there's a tab right on the end that says exemptions. Dude, I swear to God. I swear to God, I called up 5 fucking times
Jesus
with
Christ.
5 different people, and not one of them thought, let's check the exemptions tab.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I say, dude. Not even political. This is just based off of that experience and many other experiences with the MVA. It baffles my mind when people want more government control of an industry, because that is what you get, dude. It was insane. It's like,
Dude, I'm excited for fucking automation. Fucking universal basic income, dude.
universal basic income, it kind of goes against every, I guess I'm pretty libertarian when it comes to economics, and that goes against every libertarian principle, but there's a valid argument for it.
Yeah.
Like, there is a case to be made, in like Ben Shapiro, like Tucker Carlson, he seems to be more leaned in that direction because he actually understands the problems of automation taking out jobs. And he always gets in that argument with Ben Shapiro, because Ben Shapiro is like, I guess, a little bit more free market. And he's like, then new jobs will be created and this, that, the other thing, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, dude, you can't avoid the reality that unskilled labor is, first of all, it's going increasingly out of demand with automation, but it's eventually going to become obsolete.
Mm-hmm.
And probably not that far off into the future. Like, we are finding ways to automate everything. The idea, like, jobs are getting wiped out, and it's like, these jobs aren't being replaced by humans. So, like, it's not like new jobs are being created. The more the human being becomes obsolete, then what else do you do but give everybody a baseline amount of surviving money if the average human isn't even going to be able to offer their labor for any income at a very short time from now?
Yeah, no. I think that's why, like, I don't know. Like, everyone always talks about, like, oh, like, we're like the last generation to get Social Security, like older people are saying that, and then like be like, yeah, by the time like you guys are old enough to collect Social Security, it's all gonna be dried up or whatever. I think that's like that may be true, but I think they're gonna implement other things like this, and that fucking Andrew Yang guy.
Yeah, I
giving
watched
everyone
him.
$1,000, dude.
Yeah, I watched it. That is the going.
Everybody.
That's like the going number. That's like, the classic number for minimum wage is a $15 minimum wage. It's just that number that gets associated with that argument. So the $1,000 a month thing, which is equivalent to $12,000 a year, which is the current standard deduction for taxes. So that's the current maximum amount of untaxed income. So like anything more than that is what you could tax on. So I guess in a way that is what they have determined to be like, this is the amount of money you need to survive, $12,000 a year. This is the amount of money you need to survive independently. And so we're not going to tax you on that money. So if everybody had enough money to basically guarantee their food and shelter, and that doesn't mean the best food and it doesn't mean the best shelter. I mean, we're talking bare minimum shit here at this point. Like, we're giving you a base amount of money just to ensure your survival. And it sounds cold when you say it, but currently we don't even give you that. So, I mean, there's welfare and stuff like that. But, like, if every single person was entitled to that, and then at that point they could then choose to work or do something to better their situation.
Yeah.
I hate using the terms that I'm using right now because I feel like that idea is so associated with like the communist thought, which is like people will just want to work. That doesn't have to be an incentive to work. They'll just want to work, and they'll want to strive for success, even though it goes against every element of human nature, which is like the reason why we strive for success. Like anybody who wants to be successful inherently does not believe in the idea of equality, not equality of opportunity, but equality of outcome. The way you're the best at anything is by acknowledging that there's people that are better, people that are okay, and people that suck. When you're a boxer, when you're a musician, when you're an actor, those hierarchies all come out. So it's like you can't ignore that.
Yeah, but I think like the idea is like keep people secure enough so that they're not worried about having to, keep shelter over their head or keep food in their families' mouths or whatever. I think even just like the basic income, like the way our society is, like we're pretty like materialistic and like we all want to have like new shit and want to like have that shoe or that whatever. And like I just think that kind of like tick in our brain and our head is what's going to drive people to keep creating, doing more, and like getting, working jobs so then they can afford whatever lifestyle they want to live. And
no, I agree with you on that.
Like relieving kind of that pressure off of like having to worry about living. But that's the difference between communism and the universal basic income. That's why I'm actually receptive to the ideas of the universal basic income. I'm not sold on it, but I am I'm all ears, dude. I'm all ears with 7 emojis to that idea. But communism, the difference is... What? Seaburger sent us a picture. What the fuck?
What'd they say?
I didn't look at it yet, but I think they know that we read it. Because why else would they send us a picture?
Dude, no way. Oh.
Look. It says view photo, dude.
We can't view it yet, dude.
We can't view it yet. Maybe they put us in their story or something. No, it says they sent us a photo.
LFTS just read our message.
Z-Burger Towson sent us a photo. Fuck, dude. Damn.
We'll open that up after the cast, dude.
We gotta open that up after the cast. We can't give away too much. They're not listening live. How do they know? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, we read it. They read it. They saw we read it. At first I was like, no, Eric, we're not live right now. Yeah. And then I was like, oh wait, they fucking just saw we read it. They probably have us on notifications.
Damn, probably. Fuck. But yeah, no, I think universal basic income is
and that's what I was gonna say.
Idea.
Is that the difference is that communism puts a cap on income. It says that if once you make more than this, or not even the true communist doesn't even believe in the idea of personal property. They even go so far as to go against the idea of having a nuclear family. But and so they're a truly totally far left communist doesn't even believe in the idea of any personal income of any sort. It's all about living in a commune and everybody just participating and sharing in labor and getting stuff done just for the love of getting stuff done. And that's just going to naturally happen without any incentive for somebody to be to do this and do that. But universal basic income, though it seems similar, where it differs is that instead of putting a cap on income, it just puts a floor on income. It says this is the minimum you can make, but you're still able to make more. The only problem is with that is that they're going to have to somehow fucking siphon the extra income of the public that does make more than that 12,000, put that back into the system and then redistribute that next year, right? So anybody who makes more than 12,000 is going to have to put that back into the system to redistribute to the people who, because everybody's making it. So if everybody gets $12,000, that includes the people who are making $100,000 on top of that.
Yeah.
So, but then next year they have to get 12,000 again. So how? It feels like to me at a certain point the money would run out. There's only so much you can keep shaving off the top.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be a thing where because people are more secure in their, basic needs, they're going to have more spendable cash for just like putting it back into the economy and taxes on everything in that regard. And
yeah, I guess they would
I just
have
think,
sales tax.
I think it's just like it would be like a stimulus to the economy, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, I think dude, honestly,
people would be going out to dinner more. People would be doing like more frivolous shit.
Yeah.
With their money because they wouldn't have to worry about like their biggest expenses,
Yeah. It already is the case that anything you make more than $12,000 is what gets taxed. So in that scenario, it wouldn't be any different. The tax rates would obviously be higher because now we're talking about the people who are making more than that 12,000 are the ones funding the people who aren't and themselves. And so there's a lot of things. I'm sure it makes sense. I'm sure it wouldn't be a mainstream idea if it just blatantly didn't make sense as much as it's not in my head right now. I'm sure it's just I'm missing something. But I will acknowledge that it seems like something that is necessary because I just don't see how the population can keep increasing exponentially of the world, the population of the world, and then technology is improving and advancing exponentially at an exponential rate. That and the expansion and improvement of technology has got to be directly correlated to the value of human labor. Like as more jobs become automated, less jobs become available. That seems like a basic concept to me. The only way you could argue that is by arguing that those automated jobs created more jobs net, even though they pushed out those jobs. Like Ben Shapiro will say, when the car was invented and the wheel with the tire was invented, it put wheelwrights out of business. The guys who used to make wheels for wagons and chariots and shit like that. But carriages, I guess is the word. But that gave way, even though it put those wheelwrights out of business, it opened up the door for the crazy big automobile industry.
Yeah,
exactly. So look at all the jobs that were created, even though that one obsolete job was pushed out. But what they didn't have to contend with in that time period was the fact that, well, there's no doubt that when Henry Ford invented kind of the idea of the assembly line, which incorporated industrialization, factories carrying, fucking, what are those things called? The things that move shit down. Conveyor belts. And every man has a specific job. There's one guy that his job is to fucking assemble the spark plug into the thing, but the machine was just carrying it along to all these different guys to do their part in it. There's no doubt that when that was invented, that allowed cars to be produced at a much quicker rate, which made them less expensive to the average consumer because they cost far less to make. And that created a whole new market of people that would be able to afford that commodity, which in turn pushed back into opening up more. Now that the market has expanded, now the demand has expanded, now they need more people to increase the supply. The only issue with that is that technology at that time was not so advanced that they were able to produce the car not just by bringing the parts from man to man and using technology to aid in human labor. They were actually, we now are able to just put the fucking motor together with robots.
Yeah.
You don't need a fucking guy to do that. So what does that guy do? What market has us being able to almost fully automate the automobile production process? And I know there's still need for human labor and you know, whatever analysis on some parts, but nowhere near what it was needed in 1940.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but what market did that open up to? And what market has that created? All those people that are out of jobs now, what did they go into? And what has been opened up for them technologically? Are they going into phone manufacturing jobs? No, they're all out of country. Are they going into fucking where are they going?
I don't know. Car repair.
Maybe.
Or maybe they're, I don't know.
I don't know, dude. I just don't see it. I don't see. I'm agreeing with you, and I'm agreeing with universal basic income, basically, very roundaboutly, but and very angrily, dude.
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
pissed off.
All
right?
your fucking friends who work in the factory that you're so mad about.
No, man. It just it sucks because it does suck, dude. Like, okay, I told you, man. I fucking drove to Rosedale and all that stuff. Fucking Sparrows Point had this big ass fucking factory. Bethlehem Steel, dude. Sparrows Point used to be, I mean, it's not a bad area currently. It's not what it used to be, though. It used to be, same with Dundalk, dude. That was all kind of like working class. Everybody had a job at the mill or some bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, Baltimore used to be like that, too.
Yeah. Baltimore as a whole. The whole fucking thing. I do wonder that if the jobs, the manufacturing jobs that were shipped overseas, if they were brought back, because the fact is, I had somebody say that before. They were talking to me. They were like, "We live in a post-labor society," and I was like, "No, we don't. You just think that because you live in America." But that phone that you're holding, the fucking TV you're watching, the car you're driving, that's getting manufactured by laborers somewhere, just not in America. Like, it's the same thing I always say when people talk about the environment, and it's like, dude, we don't live in a post-pollution society in America. All the phones and cars and shit, they're getting produced in countries that don't give a fuck about all the environmental restrictions we have right now.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about dumping in the fucking river. Go to India, dude. They don't give a fuck about that. Indonesia, China, they don't give a fuck. We can do all we want, dude. China's got like 4 times our population, and they don't give a fuck. So what the hell are we going to do? All we're going to do is fucking kick our own selves out of the market, in my opinion. And then you talk to them, and they'll say, you talk to those people, and they'll say, but I don't want to have to pay, $2,000, $3,000, whatever random number they say a phone would cost if it was made in America. And it's like, well, then you have to at least be intellectually honest with yourself and say that I am willing to knowingly subject workers in other countries to sub-living conditions, no health protections. I'm willing to fund corporations that are blatantly destroying the environment in other parts of the world where the government doesn't stop them. I'm supporting all of that in the name of saving $1,000 on my phone. So I care about human rights this much. Okay, if you can admit that and you can put a number on it and you're fine with that, because let me tell you something. So am I. So am I, dude. Like, now, don't get me wrong. When I said that, I'm saying that because I I bought a Droid, or I'll buy a fucking iPhone, and I'm not gonna not buy those things. I'm not gonna not have a phone as some kind of like demonstration against whatever the fuck I'm talking about. But I would fully support jobs being brought back to America, or at least something being put, you know, like another thing that doesn't go along with like a libertarian mindset would be tariffs. Finding some way to make the competition fair that would make it actually economically beneficial for corporations to perhaps go back to manufacturing in America. And if that brings all kinds of more jobs back to America and the price of an iPhone goes up, I'd support that. Because that goes along with the whole theory that, like, you know, yeah, prices will go up, but so will the average income. The average family that maybe it would be on welfare would now have a job. And so that's less taxed on the public, that's less burden on the public. And yeah, that might lead to inflation, but everybody's going to have more money to go along with it. Which kind of is the whole theory behind universal basic income, except with universal basic income, you're doing it artificially.
Jamie's got the prayer hands going.
I'm fucking
praying.
I was gonna say preaching, but I'm praying right now.
Praying.
I'm praying. I'm sorry, dude. I feel like Alex Jones right now. Fucking stop.
Dude, we're getting too pumped up.
I gotta fucking stop, dude. I got fucking watch. Wait, Alex Jones. You got my fucking head, dude.
Get your blood boiling, dude.
My blood is. I feel hot. I feel hot right
it's
now.
It's warm in here.
It is warm. Actually, I'm gonna crack this window. Definitely gonna crack this window. Might even grab a cig out of the cig jar.
So yeah, Z-Burger is fucking flirting with us right now.
All right, let's open up this photo, dude. Let's see what it is. I kind of want to delve, give this out to the public.
Oh wait, I just had a funny thing.
Oh yeah, go.
So on Monday I had co-hosted Sidebar, but like when we're hanging out before the show out front, and like there's always like a cast of like you know,
goons, classics,
some classics, but then also there's like there's always like some like homeless people, like
yeah.
There's like 4 people that usually kind of come around. There's a new guy this week.
This is where again?
Out front of Sidebar.
Okay.
And he like walked up to everyone and he's like, "Hey, does anyone have an extra coat?"
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Which is like, damn, dude. No, sorry, but also, I'm praying that someone has an extra coat for you, like, 'cause it was cold, but it's also like, who's walking around with 2 coats on? They can just give one away.
That's
I at the time did have my fleece and my jacket
who just
on,
does have an extra coat? Can I
but
get your lighter, by the way?
I don't have one just in my back pocket.
Yeah. I got one in my trunk because
An extra coat?
Yeah. I think I have 2 in my car. I think most of my coats are in my car. That's why I can never find a fucking coat. They're all in my trunk. And like the one of them was left at the horse one night when I was leaving. I just got done playing there, and the bouncer was like, "You want this?" Because I'm throwing it away. I was like, "You guys don't have a lost and found?" He's like, "Fuck no." Yeah. And so I took that coat. I felt bad about it too, because I figured the guy was probably gonna fucking come back for
cold.
it. But then he was like, I'm literally gonna fucking
yellow lighters.
Ooh, damn, dude. But yeah, so I got that one. So if that guy came up, especially that one, I give him that one. I got that one for free. Dude, I don't know what happens to most of my coats. My coats have the half-life of one of my coats is probably 6 weeks. That means that if you give me 12 coats on a 6-week average, that's not what this means, but this is what I'm saying now. I will lose 6 of my 12 coats in 36 weeks. That's what I'm saying right now. That's what I'm saying right now. I wish I could do an Alex Jones impression at that very moment.
Damn, dude. Fucking 8 months of
just losing shit.
Yeah.
I don't know where my pea coat is.
That
was my favorite coat.
Months.
I was down to one out of my 3 buttons on it anyway. It's time to go for that one. But
yeah, let that bird free.
Yeah, it was ready to go. That's probably the coat that the guy has now, and he just needed an extra one. I got this fucking Tommy Hilfiger coat that my grandmother gave me for Christmas like a year ago.
Nice.
And it is like warm. It's thin, but it's like goose down feathers.
Hell yeah.
In the lining, and it fucking, it's got like the vinyl shell, so it kind of functions as a windbreaker, even though it is kind of
Kind of like wintry.
What's the word I'm looking for? Starts with a P. Means porous, not porous. That could be something, but it's not the word I'm looking for. But who gives a fuck? But Goose Down, super fucking warm, dude.
Yeah.
That's why they don't get cold. They come. I mean, they do hibernate.
Canadian,
They do. What's that called when
Canada's cold.
What's that called when they
Migrate.
migrate? They do migrate, so they must get a little cold. Can't
Have
be
you
that,
noticed the birds came back too early? Have we talked about this?
dude.
The birds have come back too damn early.
Dude, I noticed that there were just 2 geese walking around where, at the intersection where the Exxon and the McDonald's, right, you know where I'm talking about? Exxon, McDonald's, Five Guys, that intersection there.
Yeah.
And there used to be like a fucking firehouse there, but then they fucking tore it down. Now it's just a big open field. There were just geese chilling in there.
Hell yeah.
Like 3 days
They're
ago.
warding off the Rofo gas station. In there.
The geese are very against fucking that coming too.
Saving their brethren, dude. They don't want any chickens cooked up there.
There were, dude. The goose would be the next move, dude. It goes chickens, turkey, duck, then geese. Because you got Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah.
You got
do
everyday
people eat
chicken.
Geese? I guess so, right?
Christmas goose, dude.
Oh yeah.
That's a
Christmas
thing.
Goose,
Christmas goose. Geese hate Christmas, dude. That's why they leave.
That's why they go down south and they don't celebrate Christmas.
They leave. They go to fucking like Venezuela or something. They're socialists. They come back with their fucking $12,000 universal goose income check. Fucking fly back, squawking it up, fucking talking shit. Yeah, dude, they're back.
Birds are back. It's freaking me out.
They are
They were
fucking
back in like February. They're back
It's-
early as shit.
Yeah, and it's not even like it's fucking.
We had like 2
warm
days
here
of
yet.
warm days, and then they are all back.
But
and
they wouldn't
then
have known
it got
that,
cold
would they?
again.
Would they have
I
known
don't think
that?
so.
They're on
no.
the way fucking somewhere
But
else.
I think like I don't know. I just think like weather's all weird now, and they fucking got too tuned into it and came up early.
I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of. Those were the only 2 geese I saw.
I've seen a bunch of birds down by my house. I got some fucking bird poop on my car.
Well, you got a
already.
fucking like lake right there. You guys got the whole fucking thing there, Druid Hill Lake or whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah. And there's like a little bit of woods like in between
Geese love woods, dude.
Hampton and Hopkins,
I'm only used to seeing geese either in the air or at Loch Raven.
or at like a cemetery. Dude, geese love cemeteries for some reason. I don't know why.
I see more geese at a cemetery than bats. I'll tell you that,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
Fucking geese, dude. That is spooky one. That of the occult, dude.
Yeah, dude. People always associate with like owls with cults and shit.
Did I tell you I saw an owl?
Fucking geese. No, you didn't. Where was it?
Dude, I was like fucking 2 months ago. I saw this fucking owl. I was
Just chilling in Dom's room.
I fucking walked. I was doing the fucking trek to my car one night at like 9 p.m. and this right as I get to that intersection, that light there, this fucking owl just flies directly over my head, and
Damn.
It's weird because like owls don't have a bird's face. They have like a flat face.
Yeah, yeah.
So they don't look like a bird. They look like a fucking demon, dude. They look like a fucking ghoul of some sort. And he just fucking fly. Of course you don't hear them because owls are quiet as fuck. They can't be heard.
Silent.
It's like part of their fucking
their MO.
Yeah, dude, that's the whole thing, dude. They go
Love it.
"Woo, woo," and they can turn their necks all the way around. That's another one of their skills. And they have super stealth, dude. And they have the screech. They fucking when they're going down, they're super silent right before they get you. They screech real loud, and it stuns the prey. Into like it freezes up the prey when they hear the
Did you
screech.
get screeched at?
Yeah. No, he didn't
Damn.
screech at me, dude.
Okay.
He wasn't looking at me as prey, dude. I would fucking owl up, dude. I'm not like you're scary, but like, dude, when it comes down to it, you're a fucking
Dude,
owl.
they're big.
Dude, what would an owl do to me, dude? It would hurt.
know.
He would get a couple good pecks in.
You'd get some scratches. on
He'd
you,
get some
dude.
talons in. He
Yeah.
might even get an eye, dude. If it was a
Gash you.
good owl, he would get an eye.
He went right over your head.
Yeah, he must have sized me up, dude.
Yeah, he was sizing you up.
He sized me up. He was like, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go. I was going to let you go.
Ocular pat down, dude.
Then he fucking cruises up and lands on the old 7-Eleven sign, dude. The empty 7-Eleven sign. and just chills there. And I was like,
That was a
Al.
reincarnation of like the past cashier. That's 7-Eleven.
I was like, Al, I'm feeling it too, brother. I'm feeling it. I was like, man.
No, he's like, got all these fucking mice out here.
Yeah,
This
dude.
is
I remember
sick.
somebody. That was always a thing that people would always say, like, oh, those bushes right between the 7-Eleven and the building next to it, it's just full of rats, like a whole rat den.
Really?
Yeah, people would always say
Whoa,
that.
Dude, well, the owls love that shit.
But probably not anymore, dude. The rats were only there because of 7-Eleven, dude. Like, if I was a rat, that is not good real estate anymore.
Is people just throwing their hot dogs in the bushes?
Yeah,
Or what's going on?
You know, it's just trash, dude. Just fucking trash. Throw out some fucking tasty cakes. Throw out some fucking old pizza. Rats don't give a fuck, dude. They'll fucking eat all that shit, dude. If I was a rat, that would have been where I posted up. It's out of the way, but it's right next to where you want to be. Now all those rats are being displaced, dude. No, we didn't think about the rats, dude. Jobs are being taken from this country, and then now those rats are displaced, and so the rats now I guess they have to move further into uptown.
Dude,
to
yeah,
get
they're on a fucking caravan.
You know what we need?
Rat sanctuaries.
Foxes. Huh?
Foxes. Okay, interesting.
No, I'm
Where you
against
going with
rats.
this?
I'm against rats.
Yeah.
I'm against rats, dude. Fuck rats, dude. You guys,
Rats do
rats.
suck.
Don't get me wrong. Rats are incredibly smart, and honestly, whenever I catch a mouse or a rat, I feel bad because they are kind of cute. Not rats. Mice are cute.
Yeah.
Mice are very cute.
Because they're small.
Even domestic rats can kind of be cute, I guess, but like they still kind of weird me out to
Yeah,
like let
just
them.
get a fucking hamster, dude.
Don't get a rodent. Don't be one of those. Don't be a
Yeah,
person.
don't get one in the first place. But if you're gonna get like a one that's cute looking.
Maybe a rabbit. Maybe a
Well,
rabbit.
rabbit's not a rodent.
I think
It's
there's
like
like a
a-
debate with that. I think
Nah,
it isn't
nah.
technically a. Well, we had this
It's
discussion on the
related
way
to a
down.
horse.
Yeah, I know it's in the same family as a
Like
horse.
a lagomorph or something.
It was defined as a rodent for a while, and then they weren't. Because because we actually had this conversation, you and me and Joey, on the way down to a shoot like last year or something.
Yeah.
In the morning. And one of the defining characteristics of a rodent is that they constantly are growing their front teeth, and so they have to continuously gnaw on stuff to file down their teeth, or
Yeah.
else their teeth will become overgrown for their mouth. Rabbits don't do that.
Mm.
So that I think is the one thing that makes them not a rodent, honestly.
Yeah.
But it's enough, dude. But that's why rodents are cool. Like, I mean, that's why rabbits are cool. But like a girl who has like a guinea pig, like what are you, fucking 9?
Yeah. It's kind of an immature pet. It's like a class pet.
Yeah. It's like, what? You have
It's
a
like,
fucking
kids already
guinea pig?
smell enough. Like we can have this smelly ass rat in the back.
That is a class pet. You have a class pet as your.
Yeah, as like
As
to
your-
cover up the smell of kids shitting their pants.
Dude, I fucking hate anybody's house that smells like their pet. Dogs are the only. Like, of all the animals,
Yeah,
dogs are
because
the.
dogs don't really, because they do all their business outside. Cats, when they shit inside, dude, people who have like cats, like, and it just smells like cat litter and like cat pee or whatever. I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
I can't get down with it.
Like, dude, if
it's
you're
crazy.
so fucking
But
smart.
there's also a thing with cats where they have like the toxoplasma or whatever, or I forget. Is that what it's called? Toxoplasmicity
It sounds like
or
something.
whatever. I don't even
Toxoplasma.
fucking know, dude.
Sounds dope.
But yeah, it's like a parasite that makes you like cats more.
Yeah, that's one of the things they were talking about briefly on the fucking podcast.
Yeah.
But what's crazy to me is that rats are instinctively shy away from that scent because obviously they associate that with cats, which are the
yeah,
predators.
Yeah.
But that parasite makes rats
like that.
like
too.
that smell, so they're actually
Yeah.
drawn to it, which then makes the cat eat it,
So that's why I think
which
like
then makes
if-
the cat
if
distribute.
you have a cat, like you almost like that smell, or you get used to it and you don't smell it. But like,
But you have that parasite.
yeah, exactly. But like growing up as like a dog person and not really around cats that much, I'm even like allergic to cats to like a small degree.
Yeah, me too.
Just 'cause like I don't like break out or anything, but like I definitely like, you know, I start coughing and my nose is runny and my eyes get puffy or whatever. Not like terrible, but like, you know, it's definitely noticeable.
Yeah, my fucking eyes got real bad at Dan and Marissa's when we watched the Ravens game last season. Because they have a cat, and my fucking and it doesn't hit me immediately. I have to be there for a while.
Yeah. One, some people like have situations with their cats where like a house doesn't smell like.
Yeah, and their
Marissa,
house
like,
didn't smell like a cat.
Because they have their cat shit all in like the basement and stuff. So like.
Yeah, I didn't even know they
Upstairs
had
didn't
one.
smell it. Yeah, exactly.
My eyes started breaking out, and they were like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'm having some reaction." They were like, "Are you allergic to cats?" I was like, "Yeah, I think so, but why?" They're like, "Oh, we have a cat." I was like, "Oh, that
damn.
explains that." So I was like, they did a really good job of covering up the smell, which you should do. You should have your cat shit in the fucking basement. Don't have that shit on your main floor. That's fucking gross. Like, fucking, if cats are so fucking smart, I get it that it is kind of cool that a cat just instinctively knows to piss and shit in the litter box. You don't have to train a cat to do that. It's just born knowing to do that, which is weird in and of itself. But that doesn't show. That's no testament to their intelligence.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to train a cat to do it. It's just something they instinctively do. You couldn't train a cat to go outside. Could you? Nobody's ever tried it. Nobody's ever.
I mean, people let their cats outside though.
Yeah, but like, at the end of the day, if they want to take a shit
they're not
inside,
gonna act like a dog and like go out in the backyard and not leave it and just shit and piss out there.
I just hate when people try to say that cats are as smart as dogs, because
cats are fucking annoying, dude.
They're annoying, dude, and they're not a cool. Like, they're a good pet for like bachelors and single women, and like, because they don't require. They're not as high maintenance as dogs. Like, you can just leave your cat in the house all day. It can be a house cat. It could be an outdoor cat. You could literally just have it wander around outside all day.
Yeah.
You know, like, you can't do that with a fucking dog.
No.
You know, and like, so a dog requires more attention and stuff like that and commitment. So like, it is a good pet for like people in our age group. But like, dude, when you have a family and your family pet is a fucking cat, grow up, dude. Grow up. Get a dog, dude. There's nothing like the companionship of a dog, dude.
Yeah.
No, well, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes, every now and then, if like one of my friends is a cat or like whatever, they can be cool sometimes.
Cats
they can be
are
funny.
Cute. Yeah.
They can be funny sometimes.
The
they
studio
can,
cat was dope.
I love, dude. Kittens are so cute. That's the
Kittens are
problem.
so
Kittens are
cute.
so cute. Puppies are cute, but I almost would venture to say I'd say it goes in the like, puppies are a little bit of a newborn puppy is less cute than like a newborn kitten.
Yeah.
But then when a puppy gets to like 5 months and it's like able to run around but like still wobbly and
but
stuff.
it doesn't like look like a weird.
Yeah, it like
fucking-
becomes like a little small cute dog.
Yeah.
There's nothing cuter than a fucking puppy, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, you know, and then when kittens start to grow up, it's like they just become a cat. And then dogs, like, you know, dogs can be cute until they die, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking cats, a cat
Cats
just becomes
turn
a
into
cat
like an angsty teenager.
Yeah.
For the rest of
for the rest of their life. Fucking, yeah, dude. Dogs are great.
Dogs are
Rest
so
in peace,
sick.
Retsina, dude. That was relieving when that happened, dude. But the other
Yeah.
night I thought about it, and I was like, I still. Every now and then I'll just be like reminded. I'll be like, oh damn, I did have a dog.
Yeah.
That shit was dope.
Yeah, you got the good times, dude.
Yeah, man. Fucking puppies, dude. Kittens. I wonder what happened to that cat, dude. I just
know.
came back and Wolfie just said he gave it to one of his friends. I was like, all right, dude, but like, kind of had a thing going here at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, how are you gonna wean it off 7-Eleven burritos? It knows that taste now. Did you watch any of the Cohen stuff?
yeah. Well, I didn't watch it directly. I just listened to cover because it was like 7 hours of fucking testimony.
Yeah, it was long.
So I just like listened to fucking, you know.
I listened to some of it. I thought it was very funny when the one like Republican dude just brought out a black employee of the Trump organization. Be like, she loves it there. She said Trump has never been racist to her. Like, isn't this great? He has a black employee.
It's
And,
like-
later on in the hearings, like someone called him out on it. Like some woman was like, she's like, you know, like being a person of color, like I know you didn't intend to be racist, and I know you're not racist, but that was unbelievable what you just did. And he was like getting all offended and worked up. And she was like, "But Elijah Cummings, he's my friend. He is my friend. I have African American friends. Like, I'm not racist."
The thing
And it's
is,
just like insane that kind of thing just broke out in the middle of like a fucking hearing like that. Like to be like,
dude, that shit, I almost don't enjoy watching it because there is so much theater to it on both sides, and like honestly, I do still fuck with Trump. I don't like the Republicans are fucking just as annoying to me as the fucking Democrats, because like they're not, even though like, you know, as a more conservative person, I tend to sympathize more with the conservative like agenda, I guess. But like the Republicans themselves are just as fucking just dumb as fuck politicians. Like that's the kind of shit that like gets focus grouped and like here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring out this black employee and we're gonna present her and do this. It's so fucking phony, but it's like you gotta do it.
I just like, it's funny that was brought up in a meeting and like a lot of people okayed it.
Yeah, they thought it was a good idea.
It, but then also for the guy to be like, "I have black friends. I'm not racist."
But the thing is like the only thing that I felt like had any weight in and then again, this is something that I'm confused about, because from my understanding, based off of what I heard, Cohen did not claim to have any evidence of any collusion with Russia of any sort. So it really came down to I guess the whole hearing was
it
based
came down to like the Stormy Daniels.
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Yeah.
It came down to the Stormy Daniels shit. So like, and then they were also just, I guess, throwing in these accusations of Trump said this kind of stuff and said these racist things. And at that point, I'm like, okay, but what does that have to do with the crime in question? Because the current thing we're discussing is, did he pay
that
hush
whole
money?
thing was him just being like, "I'm a good boy now. I'm gonna, you know, I'm playing ball. Here's all this shit that I have, but also let me get in my, like, all of my like woke points.
Yeah.
Before I get into all this, so then you know I'm good. I'm a good boy now. I'm a good guy.
Yeah.
Believe me, even though I'm here because I lied."
Exactly. That's
like,
the thing. It's like,
believe me now. I'm good.
it's a worn out thing to say, but it is worth noting that like,
and like obviously he has no reason to lie at that level now, just because like he's already fucked. He's
but
already fucked.
The thing is,
but I just think it's just insane that whole thing was dragged out to the extent it was, because it was like a 9-hour process. And I think at the end of the day, like I don't even think anything got solved, because what they were trying to figure out was if he used like campaign money as hush money.
Yeah.
And it ended up being like Cohen doing like bad loans because he like lied about shit on the forums to get the money, and then Trump paying him back personally, I think after he got in office too.
Yeah.
But like,
so okay, so
I don't know. I mean, that's just like
that's not a if the whole question comes down
it's
to,
like,
did
it's
Trump
crazy.
pay?
It's all just like, oh shit, this is all real.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But yeah, I think at the end of the day, I don't know if anything's gonna happen, because.
So then, what was the fucking point? Like
well,
the guy you said
positioning for the next election and trying to like.
But they're weaponizing it through the court system, and that's what the crazy thing is. Like, just to touch back. First of all, the guy does have a reason to lie. I'm not saying that he is lying, but there's certainly no argument to say. I would say that he doesn't have a reason to lie. The guy, either he was lying now and was telling the truth then, or he was lying then and telling the truth now. Either way, he's a fucking liar. That's fine. That's cool. But when you acknowledge that this guy's willing to lie to get himself ahead or whoever he's with ahead, you've acknowledged that he's already done. He's been found guilty and convicted of doing it in the court of law. So it's a known fact that the guy will do that. Unless he walks into that courthouse with documentation or actual tangible evidence to prove that Donald Trump paid hush money to Stormy Daniels illegally through campaign funds, unless he can actually verify that empirically, then why are we taking this guy's testament, just saying that, and then adding in all this extra shit, just piling stuff on like he also is a terrible person and this, that, the other thing, even though I was super loyal to him fucking a year ago. Now I'm going to come out and say all this shit against him. It's like, dude, I look at it as him doing, I guarantee you, when he was found guilty of doing what he did, just in the same way when they catch a guy, a small-time drug dealer on the streets, and they say, look, dude, you could go away for 10 years if we really wanted to. We could throw the book at you. But if you testify and tell me where you got this shit from, you fucking rat out these guys, we'll give you a deal. We'll give you community service. And that you're going to help us get to the guys in the bigger picture. You don't think they do that with small-time drug dealers. You don't think they did that with a guy like him. You don't think they gave him some type of deal where they could say, yo, look, all right, we got you for this shit. And honestly, dude, this is a high crime. It's a federal crime. You can go away for this unless you fucking testify against Trump and say the shit we want you and help us in our case against Trump. That's not in the question? Of course it is. So unless this guy comes to the fucking table with actual verifiable evidence that this is what happened, then all you're doing is just another example of someone going out there and just saying a bunch of circumstantial, anecdotal shit about why Trump is a terrible person. And that shouldn't be news. Because at the same time, we have the fucking immigration issue going. We have the guy overseas trying to negotiate denuclearization with North Korea, and this is what occupies the airwaves. A guy with zero actual evidence of any criminal activity is just occupying for 2 days of news cycles, just shitting on the president. Objectively, support or not support is a waste of fucking time, in my opinion. I didn't even know. I was going to actually ask you, did he come up with anything that actually was incriminating? Possibly. I don't know. To be honest, like I said, I haven't watched the whole thing. But from the sounds of it right now, I might not.
Yeah, I mean, I know it was just like a hearing, so I think it was just like exploratory and trying to figure out exactly what he knew, and gave everyone their chance to say whatever their questions were, and have everyone give a voice to each whatever representative.
Yeah, and also the
I don't know. I just don't think. I think I don't know. Everything now is just like reality TV. It's just like, this is the new thing this week, but at the same time, it was very enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, I bet. It seemed like a lot of funny stuff happened. I would like to see, honestly, I think all of this spawned from, I was thinking about while I was driving the other day. It's kind of crazy. Like, Trump doesn't deny that. I don't know if Trump denies that he paid hush money. He may have at one time, but I don't think he denies that he did at some point pay hush money to Stormy Daniels, which that in and of itself is kind of fucking crazy when you think about it. But again, everybody understood, including myself, that was who he was. That doesn't surprise anybody. The guy was a major public figure for decades, and he fucking associated with all the high rollers. Of course, he was fucking porn stars. Let me tell you something. If I was at that level and single, I would be fucking porn stars.
I think the scandal also includes that I think he did it when Melania was pregnant or something, or because that was like a big thing that Cohen, he's like, I'm so sorry I had to lie to the first lady. She's such a wonderful person. Da 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 da. Like, he kept like circling back to that, and
yeah, but again, that I guess that's I
don't know. He just seems like a fucking dumb patsy, and that was like the same thing that like Elijah Cummings and a bunch of other people like reaming him out for. He was like, dude, you were like his personal attorney for 10 years, and you didn't see anything wrong with any of this, and you didn't think that by the time it got this big, like the cards weren't going to start tumbling down, like. And he was like, I don't know, I was just so enamored with da-da-da, and...
Look, whether he's telling the truth or not, he's doing it to save his own ass. That to me is undeniable. Whether or not he's
Dude,
lying,
anyone in that situation
that's debatable.
Is in it to save their own ass.
So he's in it to save his own ass, and he's not the type of person, he's proven us, he's done nothing but prove us that he is the type of person that will do that at the expense of lying. And so that's fine, that's great, but I also feel like all of these initial investigations, a lot of the guys that got put away before, and so much shit happened so quickly that I couldn't even. The name Paul Manafort comes to mind. He was facing jail time for tax evasion in 2005, that they discovered because they were investigating him for Russian collusion. And that, to me, the fact that they could investigate a guy for treason and then come away with no evidence of treason, but find out that he evaded taxes in 2005 and prosecute him for that. Like, yes, should he have done that? No, but we talked about that with Dark Mark a while ago, or somebody, Tink, or somebody like that, and I was saying, like, I don't think that you should be allowed to investigate somebody for something and then just find other shit and just find him guilty for that instead.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's like the whole thing with, like, I think.
And I am going to backtrack that statement, because if you investigate somebody for, like, robbing a place and you find child pornography, you should be able to prosecute. So, like, yeah, I'll walk that back. I don't stand by that, but I will instead offer that the fact that it seems to me like they're doing, the theater is going into these guys, finding absolutely no evidence of what they were looking for, of what the entire narrative has been, that Trump colluded with the Russians to win the election, blah, 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 blah. So they found actually no evidence of that. So instead they're giving us the political theater of instead prosecuting the people they investigated for shit that they all do. Like, dude, everybody fucking does that. That's fine. They shouldn't do it. And if you find out, great. But they're doing it to make it look like something's coming out of the investigation, because otherwise they just walk away with nothing and it's embarrassing. So at least they could say, well, we put this guy in jail and we got this guy on trial and this, that, the other thing. But it's like, yeah, but none of it was for the shit you were doing it in the first place for. So your entire narrative at this point just seems ridiculous. Now you're just going on a fucking campaign of fucking prosecuting people for other shit to make it look like your investigation was fruitful. And Manafort goes to jail at the expense of that, even though the people that are prosecuting him probably do the same fucking shit. All those fucking these millionaires are getting prosecuted by other fucking millionaires that are doing the same shit. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. Fucking, I think like a year till the next election, so another year of DC Shore on MTV, and then back on the fucking Bernie bus, boy.
Bernie is running.
Healthcare coming in. Don't even need to have an exemption. We all got fucking veneers and shit. Dude, first thing that happens when universal, whatever, healthcare, all that shit kicks in, basic income, all that shit, new set of teeth. I got fucked up teeth.
Let me see, dude. Your teeth are fine. What are you talking about, dude? What's wrong with your teeth? They literally look like model teeth.
I know, but I got, like, I don't know, issues with cavities.
Stop eating so much candy, dog.
Chill with that. I like candy.
Damn, dude, you got a fucking great set of fucking chompers,
I got a great set of teeth, and I'm not trying to kick candy, so
I look like I should be the one with the candy guy, dude.
I'm saying
my teeth are jacked.
I need to get some veneers.
Dude, you're not getting new teeth before I do, dude. I'll be pissed if we were waiting in the fucking VA line for teeth at our universal healthcare facility.
Dude. We'll go together. I'll let you stand in front of me.
While I try to explain to some dude at a desk that, yes... no,
this isn't socialism.
Yeah, I came here. I came here for a set of teeth, and like, we don't have any record. What are you talking about? And after I deal with that for 4 months, and I finally get my operation, it better be before you. It better fucking be before you. If you get new teeth, you're gonna show up and be like, "Yo, check out the new set." I'm gonna be pissed, dude. I'm gonna be like, "Fuck, dude, I didn't even get braces."
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be sick. I'm gonna love that shit.
I do, like, I almost at this point in my life, I don't think I would get braces. Like, even if I came into a whole bunch of money and, like, you know, it was just something that I could just do. I could be like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull the old Josh Katerna and get adult braces. I still wouldn't. Just because I feel like at this point it's like
great.
It would look weird. Not the braces, but just I feel like it would feel weird to have straight teeth.
Really? Why?
Not Jod. I'm saying for me, I feel like at this after I'm living 26 years, or not 20, because these are my adult teeth. So maybe fucking whenever I got them in fucking ninth grade, dude. Ninth grade. Yeah. I lost all my teeth in high school.
Selesky in middle school.
Super late bloomer, dude.
Yeah, dude. Well, he lost all of his teeth in 6th grade. They just didn't grow until 9.
I was toothless all through middle school, dude. That's why Kate Gillen never loved
Gummy
me, dude.
Selesky.
Oh man. But Yeah, I don't think I'd go for him, dude. I feel like the gap is something. I'm really good at spitting through it. I can do that old
Yeah.
Western
Oh,
cowboy
shit.
spit, that long
Yeah,
string
yeah.
fucking zipper.
You'd have to give it up.
Yeah, I wouldn't give that up, dude. I wouldn't give
Okay.
that up, and I feel like it's like
What
I
if
think
you
it.
got teeth installed where they, on like a garage door system, they would, you could separate them with an app, so then you could get them to spitting distance.
Fucking on my phone.
Yeah, dude.
What gap do I want to go with today?
It's just all sliders.
Dude, I don't know. I feel like it matches. I feel like the gap in my front teeth, I feel like it. If I were a set of teeth, they would be my teeth, dude.
Okay.
I truly believe that.
Well, if you kept those OG, left them in, replaced every other tooth.
That would be pointless, dude, because all my other teeth are fine. I still got my wisdom teeth. Dude, I still have my wisdom teeth, dog. Everybody else loses that shit. I fucking got them. I got my tonsils and my wisdom teeth. Fucking.
Kept your wisdom, dude. Knock on wood.
I am, dude. I do not want to lose my tonsils. I could lose my voice, dude. I have to fucking work at the melting pot again. I pray to the Lord I get to keep my tonsils. Wisdom teeth, you know, I like telling people I have them. They only really benefit me in this exact conversation. I get to say
Yeah.
I have my wisdom teeth. I've never been like,
haha, you don't.
I've never been like making out with a girl and her be like, wow,
Wow.
You have
you put your teeth into this.
all your
one.
teeth. Fucking broke the speaker on my phone.
Damn.
Yeah.
How'd that happen? Dropping water?
Set it down in a puddle of soup.
How's there a puddle of soup?
I fucking missed the bowl when I was pouring it. And then I was like, fuck. So I set my phone down, face down into it. And then I picked it up, and it was just covered in soup. And I was like, oh, my God.
Jesus
And then I
Christ.
thought everything was fine, but then I, like, tried to call up somebody, and I kept on saying hello. And they were like, hello, hello. I was like, what the fuck's going on, dude? Is there something wrong with my phone? Turns out there is.
Yeah, the speaker's broken.
Yeah, so
Oh, shit.
that sucks.
Damn, dude. Yeah, that blows.
Yeah. But on the
Let's-
bright side, that same
Yeah, let's
very
go
sa-
up on a bright side. Let's check out this photo from Z Burger.
Oh, yeah. Check that out. What we got?
Let's see. Late night menu. Limited menu items after midnight. Oh, so it's another ad.
Maybe they saw that we were Reddit, realized we're still up, and then we're
Oh.
like, we could probably get them to come in.
Maybe. Open till 2 a.m. on Thursday. Friday, Saturday, open till 3 a.m. Interesting.
It would not be a good idea to go in and talk to him right now,
Yeah, fuck no.
because I was briefly considering it.
No. We would not do that.
Nah, we'll fucking message him back. We'll get that straightened out. We're into these camera situations. By the way, guys,
Got some
anybody
new angles.
anybody in Czech Republic currently listening, we are about to fucking hit you with some serious camera angles. We easily have a better backdrop than Joe Rogan, and easily better than fucking Joey Diaz, or really any other The only other podcast I'd say has a really aesthetically pleasing background is the Bertcast. I like his living room thing where he's on the
It's
couch.
his man cave.
Yeah, it's kind of like our setup right now
yeah.
in my apartment. Like, that's a cool backdrop, but even
But
that is
his
just a
was
super
like
wide shot.
completely like decorated by like home whatever channel. He
Yeah,
had one of those like one of those shows do his whole thing.
that's sick.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick, dude. But yeah, our fucking setup though, because I feel like, you know, so much, you know, part of the reason why.
Dude, I'm a little let down by that picture they sent us. I thought it was gonna be something different, but it was just an ad.
It's whatever, dude. I don't give a shit, dude. They're all ears, bro. That's all you need to know. They're all ears.
You gotta fucking.
They're all ears. But so much of the aesthetic of the studio goes unnoticed in its current media format. Whenever people walk into the studio, that's why from the jump, you know, I feel like both of us has been on the same page about like not Skype interviewing podcasts and
Yeah.
shit like that. Like, no, like so much of it has to be that personal experience, but also the studio itself is,
Is like conducive.
It's
to like a
conducive to that.
cool- Yeah.
and I feel like we've captured it on camera finally with these 3 angles, dude. We got all 3 walls, fucking, and that's big time, dude. Every one of
Big
those walls
time.
is dope.
Yeah. We got
Every
the
one of those
couch in a
walls.
full shot.
People gonna see it, be like, damn, this is a dope fucking spot.
Yeah.
Like, look at fucking Joe Rogan. It's just a black curtain, And then on the other side, it's like
That's dope too, though.
it's dope, but like
And then if you see like the whole full table with all the shit on it.
yeah, every now
it's
and then they'll
dope.
zoom out to the whole table and it looks cool. But like in their baseline shots, it's just black curtain for the guests, and then Joe Rogan sits in front of an American flag. Actually, I
a
like the
brick
old.
wall.
I like the old background a little bit better with Jimi Hendrix and all the other guys in the background.
Yeah.
I thought that was cooler, but the U.S. flag is cool. It's just not as dope. But like, either one, dude. Like, our fucking backdrop is sick, dude. We got the fucking nail bat on your angle with the fucking Carlsberg window blind.
Yeah.
The fucking recording sign hanging off the backpack with the shelf with the fucking
The
sophomore
trash.
and all the fucking relics of the fucking pot. We got the fucking 99 bananas with the corn nut in it and our
Yeah.
first Miller High Life and all that kind of shit. That's
Yeah.
fucking dope, dude. And it's all
With the fucking corn nut in it.
the corn nut from Monroe Martin, dude.
Yeah.
Save all those shits, dude. Got the fireball that Ellis brought us. Fucking. It's a dope wall, dude. And then the other one we got fucking
all those
Godzilla.
stickers on it too.
Yeah, dude. We got stickers from every band that we've had on. Dope. That's fucking dope, dude.
You guys will see.
You'll see. You'll see.
see.
Not this episode.
Not this episode.
Probably
We're at
next
the
episode. I'm
apartment.
going to make a point of it to try to figure it out. But
Yeah.
I said that last week. I didn't.
I've looked into a couple things to figure out the 3 different recordings. We'll figure it out. I think I'm on a lead. But
I'm going to leave you guys on a small little story.
okay, yeah. While he finishes this apple real quick that he started like an hour ago.
Yeah, I'm fucking warm now. It's not even crunchy. It's like biting into applesauce. I was playing it. Dude, first of all, I'm 2 for 2 at picking up chicks from Cooper's, dude.
Ooh.
I played there twice in my
Is
life.
that the one in Hunt Valley or Cocky's
Fells Point.
Village? Oh no, Cooper's in Fells Point. Okay.
Yeah, there might be another one, but this is the one in Fells Point.
There's one by like the Giant. On,
Yeah, I feel like there is
or
another one.
Growls on Padonia Road
I feel
or
like there
something.
is another one.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're associated, but they probably are. But
Now that I think about it, I think it's called Cooper's North.
oh, well, that would make sense. Okay,
Makes
yeah.
so much sense.
Well, I was playing at Cooper's South in Fells Point.
yeah.
And first of all, I'll tell you after the cast, but this girl who was like one of the hot chicks in our grade
Oh.
was there and was like definitely feeling me. Was like about it. Like she came
Ooh.
back to watch my last set. I was like, oh shit. She lives in Philly now, but she was back for the weekend. And like all of her friends were like hinting at it, blah blah blah. And I was like, but then instead, at the end of this night, this other girl walks up and is like, blah blah blah. I was wondering if I get your number. I was like, okay, fine. So,
All right, fine. Go away. I don't want to talk to you.
so the next day I gave her my business card.
Ooh.
I always go for the business card.
Smooth.
Which some girls view that as old-fashioned and hacky, but I kind of dig it because my cards are fucking sick. And also, even if I don't text you, you got all my socials. You can follow the podcast. You can, whatever.
Exactly.
You can listen to this story about you. I'm offering you something,
Yeah.
for your
Just
effort.
closure.
And yeah, yeah. But so I wake up to her text from her the next morning, and we're talking or whatever. And like I like literally didn't talk to this chick. Like I responded like every like 4 hours. Like I was just doing my own thing that day. It was Sunday, and I was like, what are you doing? She was like, I'm in Fells. I was like, oh, cool. I'm playing at the Horse Later. Come out if you're still around. She's like, I might not be, but I might stop in. I was like, cool. So she actually did stop in, and the bartenders just were giving her drinks out of my Jack bottle.
Uh-huh.
By the end of the night, she's like drunk. But I am too. So she's like still there. I'm like, did you drive here? She's like, no. And I was like, all right, I guess you can come with me. And so we go to the diner. We get some food and stuff like that. We go sip and bite. And we're, talking it up. She's like being flirtatious and stuff. I fed her a mozzarella stick, the whole nine, dude. The whole nine, dude. And she lives in Mount Vernon, and so I drive her back to Mount Vernon. We park outside. We're making out a little bit. And she's like, as we're making out, she's like, just so you know, I prefer it when a guy's a little bit more aggressive. And I was like, well, like there's a center console in between us and stuff.
Yeah.
And she was like, all right. And so we're making out a little bit more. And then she's like, all right, if I say we're not going to have sex, but we can, like, do what we're doing now, you can come inside. And I was like, all right, fine. It's a deal. Deal.
Yeah, yeah.
Deal. So we go inside, and then we're making out. And, like, classic shit. Like, she's, like, takes off her pants, and she's like, I'm not going to be able to sleep in jeans, obviously. You probably can't either. And I was like, you're right, I can't. I can't do that. I've done it several times.
It's no good.
But not feeling it, you know? So I take off my jeans. We're making out more. And, you know, like, at this point, we're like, we should be having sex at this point.
Yeah,
we should be having sex. And I'm like, in the smoothest way possible. I was like, so, like, what are the reasons we can't have sex? And she's like, and I was like, well, obviously we just met. And she's like, yeah, that's one. And on my period, I'm like, I can work with that.
Yeah.
I can work with that. And then she's like, also, I'm a virgin.
Whoa.
And I was like, what? What?
Damn.
23. Not saying there's anything wrong with being a 23-year-old virgin, but
that's rare.
very rare.
Sound like a shiny Pokemon.
Very
out in the
rare.
wild, dude.
And also, but also, I was kind of like offended a little bit because I was like, in the car, you told me to be more aggressive with you.
Yeah.
But like aggressive towards what? She even said the words, I can teach you a lot of things. No, you can't.
Yeah.
What are you going to teach me? How to be a
she
fucking...
was just saying that to, like, say it?
Yeah, I guess. But it's like, dude, I've been a
Wasn't that
virgin.
like a thing in, like, Wedding Crashers? Like, that one girl kept saying she was a virgin because she thought guys liked that or something.
Yes. So you think she was doing the opposite of that?
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, I got to tell you, dude, it was eye-opening for me because my whole life I always thought, not my whole life. Like, I got over this real quick. But in high school, I was always like, when I marry my wife, she's gonna be a virgin. You know, we're gonna be each other's first time or whatever. And then
In college, you were like that.
yeah, in college I was like that too. In college I was like that too. And this sounds like a lot coming from me because I lost my virginity at age 23. So like, really, I'm forgetting this chick is...
Wait, 23? No,
21, I'm sorry. I lost my virginity at 21. I'm sorry.
Jimmy, jeez.
No, I lost my virginity at 21. And but I got my first blowjob at 20. So like, yeah, like...
You're just getting ready.
But
You're
I don't
gearing up.
admit... I don't claim to be some kind of sexual god or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I have sex now, but like... You know, people have
I'm
more
grateful
sex than
for
me.
it.
Yeah. And like
I'm
this...
just saying, I'm on a come up right now. I'm not saying
But like, I
I'm
remember
anywhere.
the rain, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I remember the rain, dude. Like, I know what it's like to be a virgin. You can't teach me shit about being a virgin. I did this shit, dude. I've not had sex too. What are you gonna fucking teach me? I had to finger you or something? Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to do that shit. Like a gay. Fucking Mount Vernon fingering chicks. The gayest shit possible. Fucking. Anyway, any fucking way. So we make out a little bit more. And I'm like, all right. I fall asleep, wake up the next morning, kiss her goodbye. And I don't have any intention of texting her again.
Yeah.
And I feel like a dick because of that. But at the same time, I'm not a dick because, yes, I technically am doing a very fuckboy move right now by realizing that you're not going to have sex with me and then not talking to you as a result.
Yeah.
But
also, you don't want to be the guy that's like, I'm going to fucking be her first, but then I'm also going to do the same shit.
yeah. So, say what the fuck you want. This is the right move.
Yeah. No, I
I
think
have her
that's the
scarf
right
in my
move.
car, though.
Oh. I don't
She
know.
said she'd blow me.
Maybe drop her the scarf off.
See if I can pull...
See if that rain check still applies. But then just be like, hey, like, I understand your situation. Like, I totally get where you are. Like, that was me not too long ago, all that like bullshit. But like I don't know. You also don't have to. You don't really,
I
you're not
remember.
obligated to do that. You don't really even know her that well.
Yeah. Exactly. I could just kind of. I could. This is a situation where
But
I could
also,
ghost her,
yeah. But yeah, no.
but I won't. But I could.
I think, yeah. I don't know. I just think, you know what you're doing.
Yeah. Does she need the scarf back? I mean, I texted her the other day saying, I didn't text her all day, and then finally at the end of the day, I just texted her, hey, I have her scarf. And then she, like, we talked back and forth for like 3 texts, and she was like, so when are we meeting up to get it? Like, smiley face or whatever. And I just haven't replied in like 2 days. But, like, I don't know, dude.
I don't know.
Overall.
I think you're playing it smart.
I'm definitely playing it smart,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
That was mainly just a story to recall the fact that I went my entire.
But I didn't.
Well, that's the walk. That's the takeaway from it. But the bigger takeaway of this story is that high school me, young man me, teenager
would have thought
me.
he found his wife.
Exactly. That was something that I thought was going to happen. Like, oh wow, I'm going to find a virgin chick who has the same morals as me, and we're going to get married. And now here I am at 26, and that happened, and I'm like, no thanks. No thanks, dude. I mean, it'd be different if like she was more like she was, it was like, not to sound like more of a fuckboy. I don't think I would have dated her either way.
Damn, dude, you gave her the business card. She's gonna hear this shit. Maybe not. We're pretty far into the podcast.
Yeah, there's no way
right
she's
now.
listening this far.
Yeah,
dude.
no,
there's
yeah,
no way.
yeah.
But the cool thing was when I walked into her room, she had like my card in her like makeup tray, and I was like, dope,
Ooh.
because I always give girls my card, and if I ever do make it over their house, they always have like the card like in some place, and I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, dude. I feel like that's dope, dude. I feel like that's
sick.
dope.
Yeah, just 'cause the fact that they kept it.
Yeah, dude. A lot of them listen to the cast just to hear things like this. But I don't say any names. And it's content. I'm sorry.
So sorry if you're someone else who's this story's not about and you feel weird listening to it.
Yeah. If you think this pertains to you, there's a statistical chance it doesn't.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. So what's the next gig you got going on?
Good question. Let me pull out the old fucking Squeleffa now.
Dude, it's March officially right now.
One of the images for Alex Jones Buff is a really muscular frog.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. Oh, this will be out next week. The Point Towson this Friday, March 8th. I will be there for Allie Barnes. Is also not for it, but Allie Barnes will be hosting her, I believe it's 30th birthday.
Yeah, big birthday.
At the Point. So that should be fucking awesome. She's gonna bring a lot of people, and we always get a good amount of people coming either way. So it'll be dope.
You guys just missed it, but Jimmy was at Green Turtle this Friday.
That's true. I'm gonna say it went well. I don't know. Hasn't happened yet, technically, but I hope it goes well. It's my first time playing there for like a paid gig since last time I was kicked out 4 years ago. But they don't remember, and they probably also don't listen to this podcast.
They're not gonna listen.
And by the time they hear this, I will have already played. Hopefully, did
I've
well.
already been kicked out again.
Don't think I'm referring to a couple days ago, but no. Let's see. Yes, the Points House on Friday, March 8th, 9 to 1. Definitely come out to that. It's always a good show. Tuesday, March 12th at High Tops, 9 to 1 in Simonium. We'll be at Citron, wherever that is. It's kind of like in the Pikesville area. It's considered Baltimore, though. That will be Thursday, March 14th, 7 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then, let's see, a couple more. Oh, St. Patty's Day weekend, dude. Lots of stuff St. Patty's Day weekend. I didn't realize that the whole weekend was crazy because St. Patrick's Day this year is on a Sunday.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe, I guess that makes sense. That's the weekend would be the big celebration of it. But Friday, March 15th, I will be at Fells Point Tavern, 10 to 1:30, playing with little acoustic duo. That should be fun. Saturday, March 16th, I'll be at the Point in Fells. on Thames Street outside. They have a whole outdoor thing going. I'll be there during the afternoon. They haven't given me time. And then, of course, every Sunday, including St. Patrick's Day Sunday, I will be at the horse you came in on in Fells Point. That's every Sunday night from 10 to close.
Yeah, and I think I've been saying the wrong date for this. I'm still only plugging the New Orleans show, but Hag and Butts presents a night of comedy, and it's going to be at a brewery down there. It's on 3/17, so it's on St. Patrick's Day.
Ooh, Hags and Butts,
It's
dude.
on
Sounds like
it.
an Irish show.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild, I assume. So come on out if you're around there. Or send us some fucking emails, lftspodcast@gmail.com. What should I do in New Orleans? Give me the inside scoop.
Hey.
I'll be surprised if anyone emails us.
Obviously.
We might get like one or two.
We might get one. That'd
We'll
be
see
sick.
what happens.
If we get an
Some
email,
guy
that'd be
who's
sick.
like from San Francisco is like, I've been there once. Their fucking biggest listenership. Fucking giving us the intel. LFTS podcast across the board on all social media, and Gmail, like I just said earlier. Check us out on iTunes, all that bullshit, Stitcher, Laughable.
Check out our new website, livefromthestudio.zburger.com.
Yeah.
Should be getting that going any day now.
Yeah, any day now.
Any day.
See the Z-Burger dollars are gonna be swimming in them.
Yeah, we'll try not to stunt too hard, dude.
Yeah, we'll try not to post too many burger pics on our Instagram.
Be driving around in a fucking hamburglar car, fucking hot dog van. Z-Dog.
Yeah, and have a good Z night.
Z. Go to sleep. Motherfucker.
See you next week.
Peace.